Yo,
Yo, give me 1 second. Got to throw this in the chat real quick. And
they don't get me in trouble, dog. I'm not. Don't set me up.
no. I ain't going I ain't even gonna talk about I ain't talking about all the other stuff. I'm just strictly asking you about Madden. I ain't gonna get into the other stuff.
Word.
I mean do that and um pull your information and put a game up. That was a good game though. That was a
And
game was
man,
good, man.
man, I was freaking the fuck out, man. I really wanted to win, especially after being up 14-0 early in the
Yeah,
game. I was like, dog, because I had a lead the last game I played. I think it was Greg, maybe. I don't
I
know. I
think
played some.
so.
I don't know. I had a lead. It was like 21-3 or 21.
Oh dang.
21-7. I was up and I blew the fucking yeah. I think it was Greg. I think it was Greg. Yeah. And he came back and he fucking beat me. And I was like, nah,
Dang.
we ain't doing this shit again, man. We ain't doing this shit again. And then
Oh yeah.
fucking he takes the lead and I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Here we go. Fuck. I don't know if you watched any of the game.
Today,
Um,
yes, I saw the majority of today's game.
there was there I called a slant to T. Higgins. I
Hmm.
audible T. Higgins on a slant. He was in the slot and I audible into on a slant. I tapped the button.
Yeah.
He was open. He looked open. Anyways, the ball ended a good 20 yards behind T. Higgins and it got picked off. And I'm like, how is Patrick Mahomes missing these passes? It just doesn't make any sense.
Oh yeah,
But
we got a lot to
I don't
touch
know.
on, man.
Yeah, it was just but no, yeah, it was a great game and I'm glad I fucking won, man.
Cool. Let me give you a proper intro. So I don't know who watching, but it's in the chat. So anyway, welcome back, people. Um, fresh off of my game against the Cardinals. So still here in the stadium, but we had to touch on some earlier action and for just as a disclaimer, it's ain't nothing about no drama. It's just the game. It's just the game and the games that have been played. And we got one of the more interesting stories in the league today. Let's switch my frames. Got last year's Chiefs. We got this year's Chiefs, but it's a little different right about now. They started out rough, on 5, got a force win that we'll talk about. They got their first win today and they got a pretty interesting game coming up next. So with that being said, Will, leader of the Chiefs Kingdom, what's up with it?
What's going on, guys? What's going on?
And that's
Thank you for the invite. I'm happy to be here.
no problem. You can as I get things together, you can kind of just speak on what you want. The floor is yours to start.
4-1 is what I expected to be after 5 games, is what I fucking said. And goddamn, bro, 0-5. I I didn't respect the game. Honestly. I didn't respect it. I fucking sucked. I thought that this shit was gonna be sweet and that you can just that that pass up the seam was gonna hit like it did last year, and the pass up the seam is not hitting like it hit last year. So the whole game plan went out the window, and it's been a little bit of a struggle, but we trying to make a comeback, right? We trying to go 13-5 or whatever the fuck. No, 12-5, whatever the fuck. Yeah, 12-5. We're trying to go 12-5. So we'll see if we can get there.
And that's the thing. It's like I said in one of these press conferences the other day. It's like, what are you 2-5? So it's like 2-5 just mean you not going 1-16. Like
Listen,
it's it.
I don't even know if I got a force win. I know you mentioned a force win. I don't even know if it was a force or if it was just a sim W. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a force. I was just a fair sim or whatever the fuck. I don't even know. I didn't even check, honestly.
Um, so it looks. Oh yeah, nah. It actually wasn't a force. It was a just a straight sim. But you got
It was just a great hard earned victory by the gang. You know what I'm saying?
it.
Just great
Hey,
hard.
my
Um,
team had. Well, granted, I took a forced loss against the Giants, and I'm still I still had to fight the effects of that all the way up until
Man,
second half of this game today. But
man.
it's good to know that your team can at least score in a sim some sort. My team can't apparently, so I ain't missing no more. Like,
Why
and
are you starting Max Duggan? Or what's the deal with that? I just tuned in today. I'm like, wait, that's not Gino.
right, yeah. So in short, Max. So Max is undrafted, right? So I'm looking at we in the waiver thing, and I'm looking. I'm like, all right, because clearly I know Gino 32. So I'm like, you ain't got much longer. I can't rock 5 seasons with you. Although his passing numbers, like his ratings are nice. Like the deep ball is 91. So I'm like, I be thinking about it, but I start Max because he is 22. He's already this close to being in the elusive 90-90 club, 90 speed, 90 throw power.
Damn.
It's close already. So I'm looking at it like this is my guy that I'm gonna hitch my wagon to for this is my quarterback for 5 seasons. The quarterback market is trash. I don't tank. I don't got it in me to tank. It's too much pride in the line. So, I just like we want to thug it out. We're gonna take some lumps, but
Yeah.
it's all right.
Yeah. Okay. No, I saw that. I mean, you did the job today, so can't be mad at it.
Yeah, it was tough, man. Many of them came to play.
I
Um,
might have Manny on my schedule this year.
Well, let's
I
see, because
think
we
I
looking
do.
at it right now. Because I want this to be this ain't got nothing to do with the Seattle Seahawks. This is more so about you, and then I think there's a game going on, so we can check a little bit of that out. But coming up, you got should we hear? So I might as well ask you about it. Let me look through your stuff real quick. I don't see Cardinals, but I'm gonna start my backup. I ain't gonna
Nah.
look at your game today because first use your win of the cycle. You play, and it's like every time you play Kerm, it seems these are the two things that seems to happen. You win, and he has some LA team. I remember last year y'all played Chiefs Rams. The game was a shootout. This one, I think you went up 14-0, right? Or did he go 14
Yeah,
nothing?
I was up
And
14
you
zero,
up 14-0.
and
He
then he
came
went
back,
up.
and I'm looking like could have gone the way. Now, and I remember I said in the chat at the time, the way the game had just slowed down. I was like, the next touchdown, whoever scored next touchdown, going to win.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it was you. But it's a lot going on in Kansas City. So, like, what's
Yeah.
the how you feel about like why was this the you said it was like it couldn't happen against a better opponent, you getting your win. So why was it that? And then you can just talk about the game at large.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows the history between me and Marcus, right? I mean, it's a lot. That's my
Yeah,
guy. I fuck with Marcus. That's my guy, but it's always good to beat someone who's, is a rival, right? Like a lot of people could put him above me and some may put me above him, right? Like there's no I don't know, I don't think there's a consensus when it comes to who's better, right? Like
right.
it might be split down the middle 50-50 depending on who you ask. You know what I'm saying? So um and someone who for the most part, talks shit sometimes and, thinks that they better than they are sometimes. It just felt good to get a win against Marcus. Especially in that manner, right? With field goal, 3 seconds left. You know what I'm saying? Fumble type.
Yeah.
It was perfect. I like. It was just great. Like I was fucking freaking out about the kick because I'm like, this shit is
I know you
automatic.
were.
Fucking bars, the bar is gonna go away. I'm just like, man, what the fuck? Luckily, I made it, and it was a pretty good kick. Um, so yeah, that all worked out. But yeah, no, the game was back and forth. I mean, I go up 14-0. He scores 20 in a row. He's up 20-14. My defense held a couple times. Got some fucking field goals. I think he had 2 field goals in a row. He didn't get touchdowns. So obviously, you don't win if you don't score touchdowns. So
Yeah.
I then scored 20. I then went up 20, yeah, 28-20. Then he scored 8. Hell of a drive by him to, get down the field and tie the game up and shit. And then at that point, I was just like, I'm trying to get 3, but I'm scared because I don't want to throw a pick and I don't want to fucking give him the game because um, luckily I got down the field and he didn't use any timeouts until the end. I thought, I thought he would have tried to use some timeouts early on and try to see if he get the ball back, but there was no timeout. So yeah, I made the kick and I won, man. That I was just fucking happy. I was on my lunch break and I was like, I was either gonna be pissed the fuck off going back to work,
You know that.
because I fucking lost and I blew it, or I went back to work and I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. It was just a whole bad thing. That was a it was a tough decision playing on a lunch break like that because that could fucking make or break the rest of your day. You just be
Yeah.
some fuck shit if you, especially if Madden hurt you. But no, but luckily I got the dub and we can hopefully build some momentum and play Tone next week.
So
We can play Tone next week.
yeah, so I saw like this part of this game, and I'm looking at it from the standpoint of okay, Mahomes, you had your 70% completions, but 3 out of your 7 incompletions were picks. But what I saw, maybe even more importantly than that, I think just from what I saw today, I think this is probably as well as you run the ball since you had Kareem Hunt with the MVP years. Like I'm looking at early on, like when you went up, the runs that Pacheco's hitting on the left side, the blocking. I mean, it was looking smooth. So my
Right.
thing was, well, my question was, at 14-0, what changed to where, like, did you feel like it was like a short day at the office, you can kind of do what you want? So, like, Mahomes, you start throwing more. Do you think you should have continued to run it more? Like, if you could play it back now, how would
Of
you?
course, yeah. No, in hindsight, I there's no need to pass when the fucking run is hitting the way the run is hitting. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, you sprinkle in a play action here and there, screens, an RPO, some easy shit, but I ain't gonna lie. Um, I forgot that I had T. Higgins on my team, and
Mm-hmm.
for the game, I had to go put him in the depth chart. And I'm like, fuck, I want to throw to T. Higgins now. Fucking
Yeah.
stupid as fuck. And I just fucking threw a pass that was stupid as shit. And it was dumb. And then he scored, and I'm like, I wanna get back. I wanna get this lead back, and I want to do this shit again. But yeah, a couple of interceptions were stupid. I mean, in hindsight, yeah, fucking run, 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 and until he could fucking stop it. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I just want to throw the ball. I mean, I love throwing the ball, man. I think I just realized too, like today, I don't know if you watched the game or if again which part of the game you saw, but after the fumble, uh,
Mm-hmm.
with Keenan Allen,
Yeah, that's a big hit.
and so he fumbled the ball. I was up 21-20, and it was like 2 minutes and some change, 2:40
Mm.
something left, and I'm like, I was just gonna run the ball, and then I audibled into a play action. If you go back and you look at the stream, like I audible to a play action with like a crosser or whatever.
Mm.
I realized something today on that throw. You don't have to hold the button. You can press the button and the ball will just float. Like
Oh
I'm
yeah.
so used to fucking just smashing with Mahomes because of his throw power. You can fit the ball into anywhere for the most part. That's the way I see it anyway. Like playing with Mahomes, like you fucking smash the button and I'm like, damn man,
No.
what a fucking difference when you just touch it really softly, or a little soft push, and the ball just fucking floats exactly
Floating. It's a
where
duck.
it's going. The receiver was able to get underneath, and it was the fucking easiest touchdown I had this fucking season so far. And I'm like, man, like so. I debated going for 2, but I was like, nah, let me start because then if I don't get it
Yeah, you're gonna be
and
hurt.
he goes down and he gets 2 and he wins, I'll be sick.
Yeah, I was thinking like that. Um there was some point in time I was thinking like that in my game. Oh, it was when I was down 8 in the third and I scored. I think it was the Walker run. I think it was the Walker run. And I was like, do I go for 2 now? But I was like, yeah, we gotta go for it. But back to you though. Look at this trade, right? And this is like one of the more, speaking of T. Higgins, this is one of the more like this is a pretty intricate trade here. You and Mark, Mike Hilton, DJ Reader, and T. Higgins come to Kansas City and going out are Kadarius Tony and Chris Jones. This is like I don't feel like anybody necessarily lost this trade. Like what was the I guess what were you thinking in terms of making this deal and how do you feel about it now that it's done?
I was 0-5. And I needed, like, I was looking through my like free agents and shit, and players that I got to re-sign, and there were some pretty good, like L'Jarius Sneed is on there, Chris Jones was
Mhm.
on there. There were a couple other pretty good players on there, and I saw the cap room, and I'm like, you know what, like, let me see what's up, Chris. I lost, so I lost the fifth game. Chris posted in the chat, he's like, man, it's time to blow it up. Trade Mahomes, trade Chris Jones, and
Yeah.
I don't know who else or something like that, and or Kelsey or something, and just build. I'm like, damn, that might not be a bad idea. Not Mahomes, but
Yeah, not Mahomes. Nah.
Chris Jones is in a contract year. Like, there's no X factor ability, so he's still a beast. Don't get me wrong,
Mhm.
but that ability factor of having an X factor on the D line like that, like you see what Marcus is out here doing with bums. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if you know how to play the D line, you're gonna play well with a lesser player.
Mhm.
So I like throwing the ball. I like good receivers. Last year I traded for Michael Thomas. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, I wanted a better receiver. So Mark Mark literally sent this offer as is. Like, there was no like hard negotiating. Like, there might have been two DMs back and forth, and this was the
Wow.
deal. Like, that's it. Like, he came correct. I thought the offer was fair. Shout out to him because I think it benefited both. He got Tony back, who he's probably a better user in a sense where he could get more out of Tony than I can.
Mm.
Saying, like, I'm basic as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to throw to Kelsey. I want to run the ball,
Yeah.
and I want to throw the ball deep sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very simple. But I'm trying to be more vanilla now because I don't want to throw a pick. But that's just it's mental. But yeah, no, I thought it was a good trade. In hindsight, I would do it again. Uh, I wasn't too crazy that Reader's also a free agent to be. He needs a
Mhm.
contract. It's less than what Chris Jones was asking for, but fuck it. He's decent, 88 overall. I think Mike Hilton's like 83 overall. T.
By
Higgins
its
is
own.
a
Yeah.
superstar. So, like, those are some good players. They're not bummed by any means, and I
Yeah.
noticed today though again during the game that my depth chart wasn't updated and Reader wasn't in the game. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, but yeah, it was such a big difference when he actually came back in the game. So yeah, I'm happy with the trade. I think there might be another trade coming soon. I think yeah, I traded Sky Moore to Chris
Really?
for
Oh,
for a
I gotta
fourth
pay more attention.
for, for a fourth rounder. We're we're
Mm.
we're 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 planning here.
Dealing.
We're
Okay.
trying to plan. So the Chiefs are open for business. I don't know if there's a trade limit, but
I
Chiefs
heard it was four, but I don't know how.
the Chiefs are looking for a start another fast running back if there's another one in the market. I didn't know Manny had Josh
Running back.
Jacobs, right? Is that Josh Jacobs?
Manny got Josh Jacobs leading the
Yeah,
league in rushing. I think last I checked.
I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah. And he didn't do nothing to slow his cars down today. He had 140 something. Just glad we won. But um, yeah, that's a good trade because I think um getting DJ Reader and T. Higgins and Mike Hilton, because Mike Hilton, real good zone cornerback. Like that's a good trade on both sides. Mark trying to win now, and he should with Cincinnati. Like that's the mode he should be in. And you getting some stuff back too. R1 in here, what's up with it? But yeah. So
It's Woolbert.
want to see. We gonna talk about them Tampa Bay Bucks in just a minute. But while you're here, Will, so we looking at the schedule right now. Okay, I see. So these are the names that you played so far: Jesus, Kenny, Dez,
Yep.
Greg, Chris,
Where the keys at?
and now Marcus. Who do you think is giving you the most trouble thus far, and why?
And believe it or not, it was fucking Dez.
Dez look good out there. I ain't gonna lie.
Dez did his fucking thing, man, and I couldn't even be mad, man. He was. I mean, Jesus. We know Jesus is good, right? Like, there's no question about.
Streaky but good. Yeah, when he's good,
Yeah,
he's good.
so like you don't. But like for me, it was. I mean, Greg is Greg is average. I
Getting
think
there.
if I was to play Greg 10 times, I'd probably beat him 7 times.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't think I don't. He doesn't do anything for me that like moves the needle at all. I think it was more on me, but that's another
Yeah.
story. But no, Dez impressed the fuck out of me. Dez legit played a clean ass fucking game, and he made all the right fucking plays when it was time to make the right fucking plays, and he fucking dominated. Look at that 400.
Yeah, I'm looking like
I
what?
mean, I had 6 turnovers. I mean, that didn't help me. You know what I'm saying? But he did his thing. So I couldn't be mad. I mean,
Dang.
yeah, it was a rough day at the office. He fucking ran the ball with Herbert really well. Um, yeah, he played
Okay.
really well, man.
Wow.
Dez is on the short list for most improved.
Oh yeah, shout out to
Oh,
him.
Redo making that face like, oh, yeah. Oh.
Man, I'm looking at this like I ain't know that right there, that 441. I ain't know that was like that.
Yeah, dog. Hey man, listen, I literally I turned that game off, dog, and I was disgusted.
I
I
bet.
was,
Oh,
I
I
was
gotta
gonna say, how do you live after that, knowing that Dez did that to you? Because Dez ain't gonna let you live
Dog,
that
and
shit
I
Dez ain't gonna let you live that shit down.
I talk cash shit, dog.
you
Like
did.
I know because I never expected to lose to Dez, number one, and number two, never expected to lose to Dez in that fucking fashion, dog.
Dang.
But it happened. I took the L. I take it on the chin, and
Yeah.
we'll see him again at some point, hopefully.
Hey, luckily it only counts as one at the end of the day.
Right. No, and look, luckily the shit that nobody's gonna talk about it again just after this. So,
God,
but no, that might be and that I know it's a big moment for him. So, congrats.
shout out to him. Like
He's
Oh,
and
you
he's been
know,
playing well. He's
that's
been
gonna
playing well.
keep coming up with. You know, well, that's
What?
he playing dudes tough. I know it didn't show week one or nor week two, but this 1, 2, 3 right here, and in this for a part of it. This game right here, for a part of it, I didn't see the game against Brandon, but I saw 1, 2, 3, and 4. And for what I saw, like he was on the verge of not coming back.
Yeah.
But to come back into play like he has been, I'm glad he's changing the narrative about himself. Like shout out to him. Yeah, so Dez, if you watching / when you watch, just know, you changing the conversation around your parts.
Yeah, no,
And
Dez has been the toughest. I'm really looking forward to next advance.
yeah, so let's talk about you got so hold on, because your division is a fun division. You got Kerm Brandon, who Brandon came over obviously to meet Kerm to match the terms of the bet. But then you got yourself and Tony. Now this division, any which way you slice the matchups, it can be a fun game to watch. It can be even more fun to chat. So
Right.
you and Tony's gone back since draft day. We here now in October. From August to October, how has this just come to be where this game is so high up on the must-see list?
I mean, I guess though it's both two interesting characters, right? Two people who never are at a loss of words, right? Always
Right.
got something to say for the most part. If you think about it, we really don't stay quiet. So it's to be expected. And then obviously, with what happened, the last advance or whatever, and obviously what happened, in August and shit, and it's just natural. It's just natural for especially with how boastful and shit he can be and just
Yeah.
it just obviously brings more attention. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm hopeful that we can get a time scheduled and give the people something to watch, hopefully with a Chiefs W.
So I want to ask you something, and you can elaborate as much or as little as you want, but it's just a small question. At the time when you picked number 5, right, in the draft.
Yeah.
So, regardless of all the stuff that happened, we don't got to go back into that necessarily. But what was the determining factor for you being Kansas City? Because I know the only teams that were gone were at that point Philly, Cincinnati, Cleveland, and like one other team that I can't think of right now. But I think
Wasn't it
Dallas, I think had been picked.
Dallas,
So like, was KC going to be the pick regardless, or did you like? Was it
So
something?
like they were in my mind. So that day that it all happened, I was in an airport. I was catching like a 9:45 flight. I was going to the Midwest. So I was in an airport and I was like kind of trying to get to security, catch my flight, get settled in shit. And then I see what's going on, whatever. And like I had bought the game the week before, and still in the wrapper, not even in the fucking, not even, I've never even played it. So when I'm looking at like the team rankings and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like there were four teams that I wanted going into the draft. It was Cincinnati, it was Kansas City, it was
Mhm.
Buffalo, and it was Miami.
Right.
Those four were there, with the Chargers being like a distant fifth, but with their money situation and just I'm all set up with that shit. So
Mhm.
I wasn't too crazy about it. But Herbert, an elite quarterback, because I had Pat last year.
Right.
Like to me, second best in the video game would either be Josh Allen or Herbert as far as arm talent. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
Lamar,
probably.
but I don't run like that with a quarterback to make it worth it. Um, so yeah, I was like her or that. So I didn't know who I really wanted. So I was literally just making like a decision like based off of at the end of the day, the what pushed the Chiefs to be my pick was the offensive line. They,
Mm.
one of the I think it was like a top 5 offensive line in the game according to like the Madden rankings and shit like that.
Mhm.
So I'm like, offensive line, you fucking run the ball. You run the ball, you win games. So
Yeah.
that was really the thought process is going back there. And I ain't gonna lie, in hindsight, I wouldn't pick them. If we can do the draft again tomorrow and the same 4 teams are picked before me, I would not
Mhm.
pick Kansas City again. The fatigue is so real.
Oh yeah, I bet. I bet. Like, it's certain things like with KC. Obviously, if I were in that position, I had to pick him. It's like, yeah, but I mean, it's like I get tired of looking at them playing uniforms every time.
I ain't gonna lie, them jerseys are atrocious. I was
Yeah.
cycling through them today, dog, and it's like they're the same red and white combination from the AFC
Yeah.
to the throne.
Oh, that
Same
yeah,
shit.
that had me annoyed.
So yeah, dog. Like I would probably at this point, honestly, I would probably go back and pick the Dolphins and
Yeah.
dug it out with Tua. Tua's throw power really like soured me, but I can't throw with Mahomes. What the fuck? What the difference is with Tua? So, you know
True.
what I'm saying? So
Bad.
the team speed would have helped me, make up for it. So little short bubbles, RPOs, the game would have been totally different. But
Yeah,
I,
game
I
man.
probably would have picked Miami, honestly.
Yeah, how
'Cause
how
and their jerseys, the combos that they have on their jerseys are crazy.
Miami, yeah, they got some decent. Like I don't. It's funny because I don't like their. I feel like it's a better real life uniform than it is a Madden uniform, but they still have some nice. And if we factor in the throwbacks, all the different ones that they have.
The throwbacks, the ones that I'm fond of is the one that they wore when that play against New England when Kenyon Drake scored that touchdown, the Rob
Yes,
Gronkowski. So they had like the
yeah,
throwback green with the
with
with
the
the
shirt.
black socks and the white pants.
Mm-hmm.
Throwback look, that shit is sick.
Yeah, oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So, you and Tone, what I know you say you had like another flight out soon. When are y'all looking to play? Because the good folks at the YSN Network, we trying to
Yeah,
get it.
so I mean, advance would be Wednesday, right? Ideally,
Yeah.
Wednesday at some
Mm,
point.
I think so.
Should I'd be open to playing Wednesday night or Thursday at any point because or Friday during the day, but early like 10, 11 a.m. type shit. Because I'm going to Tallahassee to go see Florida State play Virginia Tech on Saturday.
Nice.
So I'm yeah,
Oh,
it's my first Florida State game in person, so I'm just
that's dope.
yeah, man. So I'm like I gotta go. I won't be back until Sunday night, so probably
Hey,
before too late to advance. So
uh,
yeah, hopefully we can get it in, and when we get shit locked down, we'll definitely keep you all posted and see if something can happen, if there could be a cast or something.
okay, yeah. Because if it's I'm gonna try to make sure whichever day it is that I'm gonna try to work from home whichever day it ends up being. So, that being said, I guess that means I gotta go in the office tomorrow, but it's cool. So I can delayed gratification, so I can stay home for another couple of days and play. But let's see what's going on this week. So, all right, well, one game played, two games. I think there's two games in progress also. So you played, I played, and Des and Brandon have played.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's quite a few. I don't think it's going to be an early one, unfortunately, but that's okay.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but
Hopefully we get some daytime action tomorrow and
I hope so, man. I really do.
watch.
So,
But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing how I honestly haven't kept up with his play style to know what it is. I know he used to be very pinch buck zero blitz or very heavy on
yeah.
blitz and verticals every play. I guess that's what I remember a couple years ago. So I'm looking forward to seeing the challenge of what Tone has to offer this year.
Yeah, it should be good. So I only got really one more can get you out of here on this. So you're again 2-5. As we 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we see right here 2-5. So you got Tone. Looks like I'm not sure what Maze's status is, but it looks like you might have a third win here before the bye, depending on if he's available or not. So
Ideally, that's win number 4 because I beat Tone, so that should
okay,
be
right.
ideally win number 4.
Got it.
But
So
yeah.
this second half, right? I'm gonna run you down your second half, and you tell me where you think you can end up at. Let's just say 4-5. Let's say you beat Tone. Let's say you beat Maze. So boom, come out the bye. You're 4-5. Eagles, Raiders, Packers, Nako and the Bills. You got Speedy, got Brandon again, got Mark. You play both Marks, but you play Bengals Mark, and then you play Term Week 18 with maybe something on the line. Who knows? How you think?
I mean, so I know Phil is tough.
But you
Both
can
Mark.
get Phil. I think. Like if you,
Yeah, I just know he's tough. I just know
yeah,
he's tough, and with that team,
right. It's a team.
that team is tough. You
Yeah,
know, Hurts is tough. I mean, they got a great defense, so it's not more so the user that I'm concerned about because the user don't really phase me.
right.
It's so the team, a little bit of the user for the most part, but the user don't. The user is whatever. The Raiders. I mean, Brandon is a good player, but yeah, I think I could beat him. I don't know. I haven't seen him play. I don't really watch anybody's games to be honest with you. The Raiders, but it'll be a tough one. Mark, he's probably gonna smoke me. Mark is the GOAT, they say. I know you and him have had a checkered past or something like that, or
Oh yeah, we got some history. That's my guy.
a little rivalry there for the most
Yeah.
part. I don't know if the rivalry. I think doesn't he say he beat you all the time? So is it a rivalry or do you have it?
I'll put it like this. It depends. I've beat him more head to head, but he got more than me.
Word,
So
word,
I
word,
give
bro.
him that.
Mark is really good, so he's probably gonna do that. Who's the Bills? Oh, Nako.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm tripping. I think I could take him. Same goes for Speedy. I
Yeah.
was feeling really disrespected that niggas was questioning whether or not I could beat Speedy and the Patriots. It's like I know when I'm talking about niggas, I'm talking about you. Because you was like even that's iffy. I was like, damn, I can even
Yeah,
argue. So like
man.
I'm trash. So like, how am I gonna be like, nah, you're wrong? No, I can't do that. I have a point. Nah, if I lose that game, dog, listen.
Man, that you gotta have that one. If there's anyone on here, you gotta have that one.
Bro, then and you know with the fucking pressure that I put on myself, I'll fuck around and lose. But no, anyway. No, that should be a dub again. So honestly, I think I could. Can you go back up and let me see how many games that is? Is that eight games?
Yeah, it would be 8 games, I believe.
Yeah, 8 games. I mean, I could honestly see myself going. I want to say 5-3, honestly.
Okay.
I want to say I can go 5-3. I want to say that I could probably split with Brandon, beat Nako, beat Speedy. I could probably beat Phil. So I just see like the marks would be my toughest challenge because those
Yeah,
guys.
2 marks is going to be
2 marks those would be the only reasons. And Marcus, I mean, we saw what I did to Marcus today. Um, I'm not really too. I'm not. Marcus don't phase me. His I formation ain't really doing much. It's not hitting like it was at one point. But no, but I love playing against Marcus. I love playing against Marcus. So I look forward to the last game of the season and either hopefully costing him some playoff position or winning the division
Yeah,
or something. Who knows? Because right now, even at 2-5, I'm still only I
still
think
in it, technically.
I'm still 2 games back.
Yeah,
Which is not much. You know what I'm saying? I think because Brandon I think is 3-4 and Tone is I think is 4-3 now. So um yeah, no, the division is still there, and I still got a couple of division matchups to go. So um I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm two division wins in a row, even though one was a computer win, but I think I think we can turn it around. Honestly, I know I'm not a scrub. I'm not like a bum. I'm
right.
just trash,
Yeah,
and we're like this fucking Cincinnati Bengals right now in real life. We know they don't suck. Just what the fuck is going on?
that's fair. It's fair.
That's kind of where I'm at, and I'm looking forward to it, man.
I think, yeah, I mean, just looking at the division, I mean, Brandon's come on. He's put together 2 wins in a row because 1-4 was like it was feeling like it was a long way from Vegas to Miami. I mean, and it is still, but there's signs of life. Um, got this 4-2, but you got the one up on. I mean, so yeah, I mean, you got
Yeah, I
it.
mean,
It's
it's
fun.
not it's not out of the possibility that the division winner only has 9-10 wins.
Right, right. I
It's
agree.
not. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's just with a little luck, Mays, hopefully Mays is still underground in whatever tunnel he's in, just having babies somewhere and his internet doesn't come back for the whole cycle. That way we can have 5 new winners, hopefully. Or and Mikey too can get trapped somewhere, so Mikey can't win. But yeah, with a little bit of luck, who knows? Maybe I can bounce back and you know make some noise or even fuck up some playoff positions and knock some people out the playoffs or something. We'll see.
Yeah, because I'm just looking at it. Wild card right now is only you got 3-2 Mikey and 4-2, Kerm/Tone, whichever one doesn't get the tiebreaker currently. So you got plenty of time to make the playoffs either which way. But
Just gotta string together a couple good performances
all
and
you gotta do, yeah,
practice.
one day at a time, one play
I'm
at a
probably just
time.
gonna go do a head-to-head right now with the Chiefs just to go fuck around and get a little live in, man.
Yeah, man. Well, we gonna be. I can't wait for the game. I can't wait to see how this unfolds. We'll have something to circle back to once we get a little further down the season. But yeah,
So
any last
nah,
news from
just
the league or
it's all love. All my guys, it's all love. And don't ever it's just a Madden league, honestly. So it's all good. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I don't ever want to take anything too personal and never want to, take it there because it's all just for fun at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So
facts.
it's
Yeah,
all
100%. It's
Chiefs.
it's supposed to be a holiday today, not no like
Yeah, just sometimes shit happens, emotions run
yeah.
high, shit happens, and
But
you
even
have
then, like I got not seen enough to know that a year from now, none of that stuff ever matters.
none
It's
of it.
just like if it happens when it happens, cool. But it'd
Yeah,
be back to normal in no time. So
yeah, man.
yeah,
I'm,
man.
I'm just looking forward to the Chiefs, coming back and putting some wins together and hopefully we can have a Chiefs Seahawks Super Bowl in season 4 or something like that
Hey
if
man, look,
if things
I'm
both
gonna
go our way.
I'm gonna tell you, it's there for the taking. I'm gonna tell you right now that this NFC man is really there for the taking. I'm
It's food.
day at a time, a play at a time. I gotta play Cleveland like this stretch right here. Cleveland, Baltimore, Washington, and then there's one more team before what I'm really looking forward to. This kills me right here because that would have been another win, and there's no way
Damn, dog.
That's crazy. Like that's crazy because that then you got the bye week, which you can choose between like the awareness or the. And I chose the morale because we just got shut out. So it's like, what am I supposed to? I recoup all the morale in the bye week, but there's no awareness. And when this game started getting away, and shout to Mark, he's played a good game. But where it started to get away, that -5 awareness, I started feeling that in that last drive of the second quarter, he boom, 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 and like it just showed me it's like again, like I said in the press conference, we got so much talent, but we got to hone it and develop it right. And we're not there yet. But 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to win these 4. We win these 4. We get in Thanksgiving night against them guys. And this is when it start getting. We got Niners, Cowboys, Niners, Eagles, Steelers, Cardinals, even the Titans. I'm not putting nothing past nobody. Like, but we need to come into our house on Thanksgiving night against our biggest rivals on a 5-game winning streak. But it's only one game at a time, so I'm only worried about King Messiah and them Cleveland Browns. But
How much percentage you think you're operating at right now? That's just
Twan,
yeah. You think you're operating at a high level? I haven't watched much.
last I saw him, he played against. Last I saw him was I saw him this game against Mikey. I saw this game. That was a sim. I didn't see him play Flash too much. And then he had this one. I heard David was at like a at like hotel Wi-Fi. Same reason I didn't play because I was in hotel Wi-Fi. But really the hotel TV, my course is tripping. But anyway,
Damn.
I don't know, but I know if I know Twan, it's certain games he's gonna get up for. So
Yeah.
for his sake, he better be playing at 100 because I'm ready. I'm ready. That's my guy. But yeah,
Talk your shit.
I don't like nobody. So
Talk your shit.
yeah, man. But this conference, man, is here for the taking, and I think we can get it in year 1. So that's what we're gonna try to do.
Listen, man. Best of luck to the Hawks, and
Appreciate that, man.
yeah, man. We'll be watching.
For sure, man. Well, yeah, I'll be doing the same thing at KC and the rest of the league and at everybody else. And man, we getting back to it. Got some stuff coming up. Not flight, but just being out of town for a minute kind of helped me up on some things. But working on a halfway or a half season, mid-season evaluation for the teams across the league. So I'm gonna try to get this system right now. I got a little more time being back here in LA. Got a little more time to kind of lock it down and really judge and make a criteria of what we're going to judge these teams on. But hey, whoever else want jump in and talk about whatever is going on with their teams or the league at large, we'll be back soon. We ain't going nowhere. So Will, shout out to you, shout out to KC. We're gonna see if you can get that over 500. I think it's possible, but we gotta see.
We're gonna work, man. I appreciate the time, dude.
Yeah, man. Likewise. So I'll see you down the line.
Later, dude.
All right. And for everybody else, there you have it, man. What can I say? He started out slow, and luckily for him, hey, I've been on 5 once, believe it or not. But some people know, other people don't. But been on 5, and he can turn it around. Will he? Remains to be seen, but it's possible. As for everything else, man, hey, I'm the only one in here, so I ain't gonna start the cast up. I'm gonna get into these games, and we're gonna be back at y'all real soon. Hey, man, keep it locked. Stay tight on that field, and we're gonna see what it's gonna be. But until then, it's your boy. Shout out to them 12s too, and we out.